Oh yes, oh yes, oh yes, legends. How is everybody doing? Let me know if you can see me, if you can hear me. We are going to go through the Bitcoin technical analysis because we are starting to hit some local resistance levels. We're going to talk about that range. We're going to talk about the next possible scenarios, the most important levels for Bitcoin for those setups, and we're going to dive into some great news that is happening as well. And we're going to take a look at some other charts and your favorite altcoin, of course. My goodness, today has been I need another coffee. Let's go right away through the comment section, say hello to the beautiful community, and we'll focus here on the price of Bitcoin while we're focusing here on this mini zone where we are hitting a little bit of resistance at the moment. We've got a nice little bounce today and nice momentum to the upside. However, I'm a little bit skeptical here with the volume, with this movement to the upside, potentially going to form a lower high. So this is a zone where the price could consolidate and get a little bit of a reaction. We are getting that small little reaction exactly at this 618 Fibonacci. So it's important to note that this zone right over here could be a reversal point for Bitcoin. We're going to go through that in the next coming minutes. Of course, if you are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe. Daily updates on Bitcoin and some other charts, of course. Make sure to destroy the like button and let's go through the comment section, okay? I'm going to say hello to the beautiful community and I'm going to explain a little bit what is happening inside of this range. I think going to the higher time frame and explaining the scenarios is going to be the best deal at the moment, and then we'll focus in the next coming minutes on the lower time frames to analyze this scenario. Is the price going to be pumping in the next coming hours and days? Is the bottom in? Is this uptrend going to absolutely blast through here? We're going to talk about that. We're coming into the weekend, guys. Happy Friday. Hopefully you're going to enjoy your weekend. And I wouldn't expect much volatility during the weekend. What usually happens on the weekend, you do form a range and you could actually go slightly to the upside. That's what we've been doing the previous weekends. And we could get a little bit of sideways momentum. Wouldn't expect big major volatility like, $3,000-$4,000 moves on the price of Bitcoin. So potentially it's going to be another boring weekend. This range is a little bit boring as well. The question is, is the low in right now for Bitcoin, or are we going to dip to lower levels? And is this breakdown, if it were to happen, right? Because maybe the low could be in, right? There are some counts here that potentially the low is in already. We've claimed the liquidity. We're just consolidating in a reaccumulation stage here, and we're just going to start popping in the next coming days. We're going to focus on lower time frames to see what we got here on the price of Bitcoin. First of all, let's go through the comment section, guys. Thanks for joining today. A little later on this live stream, but nevertheless, we're going to talk about the most important levels and the possible scenarios so you can realize, hey, does it make sense? We're talking about major levels of confluence, Fibonacci, right, to see where the price could reject, bounce, see a sign of strength for more upside momentum, or actually see a sign of weakness for the price to go to lower levels. Let's go right away. Aditya, my brother, thanks for joining the live stream. We can see Himanshu, Andy, the whale, is here. Let's go. Thank you very much for joining, my man. Cryptic, smash up the like button. Education content, Cryptic, thank you very much. Vamos, Arvin, Colin, Sarcasm, like the stream. Arthur, Hemrach, Patrick, let's go. Tommy, Valerie, aloha. Steve, hello, my man. Que show, Manik. Esta hora es perfecta para mí, says Manik. Muy bien, pues vamos para allá con el análisis técnico del precio de Bitcoin, right? Oh my goodness, feels weird speaking in Spanish here on a live stream. So let's go right away through the higher time frames, right? We ain't gonna do this very complicated. We've been talking about this for a long time right now, and it makes sense that this could be a corrective structure, right? A lot of people are in fear right now, saying that the top is in. This is a gigantic double top, and it's just a matter of time to successfully break down this neckline, right? Because the neckline, which is this peak low from the 1st of May at $56,000 range, okay, hasn't been broken down successfully. So could it be, right, that we are just consolidating here. This has been a nice liquidity grab, nice reaccumulation zone, and there are signs of reaccumulation that the bottom is in, this ABC corrective structure has finished, and we're going to start pumping here in the next coming weeks, right? So yes, without a doubt, that is a scenario. Now, a good example of what I want to explain here about a double top scenario, this price action also looked like a devastating double top, right? When you do take a look at the price action here of Bitcoin back in 2023, and you look at this does not look good at all, right? When you got that wick, it's a liquidity grab here from the range, you come back up and you consolidate. Even though you are consolidating at this range, this price action does not look good at all, right? However, the price action, just liquidity grab, this was a clear ABC flat scenario, and also because we had perfect 5 waves to the upside. When we're looking at Elliott wave theory, you can count from the bottom of 2022 that we've had some perfect, 5 waves to the upside right over here, also creating a flat scenario right over here on the 4th wave. And then we had this major flat, for many, many months back in 2023. But when you do not take a look at the possibilities here of this being a corrective structure, and you focus on pattern trading, well, obviously this does not look good, right? Without a doubt, there was a lot of bears here potentially selling their Bitcoin or shorting Bitcoin, speculating on that double top that we're going to break down. And then the price just massively recovered. So when we go to the higher time frame and analyze this wave, yes, without a doubt, there is the bearish case scenario, which is that ABC, which is, I don't think that is going to be the case unless we are starting with a big major recession in the coming months, which is not off the cards, guys. So, it's definitely a possibility that this could be a corrective structure. However, it looks more impulsive. We've just seen the halving. There is a lot of bullish adoption, people buying ETF, you know the deal, right? So it's looking like there is higher probability that this right over here is a 4th corrective wave, And this 4th corrective wave has still, is still inside of the 3rd wave. Potentially, I would see a much larger 4th wave corrective 4th wave, because inside of this 3rd wave, it does look like that we could still be inside of the 4th wave. Now, there are several ways in counting this. From the low created in August of 2023, we can see that, well, on most exchanges, we did not create that low, actually. Not on the spot exchanges. The low was created in September. And speculating on this on a small wave 1, this being a wave 3, and this being a wave 4. So yes, could this be a higher time frame? 4th wave right over here. And now in the next coming months, we are going to form the last wave of this bull run, right? Which is entering into 2025. Absolutely, definitely a possibility. There is the other count as well, which is we're not counting this small little waves. This is a double 1-2 scenario here in September of 2023. And basically we've got the 1 wave here, 2nd wave here, 3rd wave, we're in the 4th wave, we're still forming that 3rd wave, on the higher time frame. We're still inside of this 3rd wave, and there will be a larger 4th wave in the next coming months before we get the last rally of the bull run. There are some different, ways in counting this. However, looking at the scenarios, it means that higher is likely for the price of Bitcoin in the coming months, right? Regardless that this is the wave 4 inside of this wave 3, regardless of all of those scenarios, we are focusing here more on the lower time frames, realizing that this is extremely corrective, right? This, without a doubt, I wouldn't count this as a double top, right? Similar to 2023, especially when you form these double top scenarios, you want to see the breakdown. You don't want to start dancing around here for long here in this range, because that only means one thing. It means that there is a lot of buying pressure is in this zone, and we are likely going to recover in the next coming weeks. Now, of course, the question is, like mentioned on the updates, is this movement finished? is this momentum to the downside finished, or are we going to see one more leg to the downside here to claim those lows from last Friday at $53,000? The best longing setup would be that scenario, guys, okay? Because I know even myself and a lot of you looking for those swing long positions here at the lows. I am in a small swing long position here on Bitcoin, but I'm recognizing that we could claim those lows again, right? But this would be a nice swing long all the way to all-time highs. That is, if I don't get stopped out at break even, I would be reconsidering a long position. Guys, remember, I know a lot of you cannot trade on Bybit. The best alternative is bluffing, okay? It's no KYC, email and password, and you can start trading in minutes, and they have proof of reserve. They have to be one of the most transparent exchanges that there is out there, okay? So you have the biggest bonus available with the link down below in the description here for bluffing, right? It's also to support the channel, but you get the best deal available. Let's continue here with the scenarios, guys, because I want to focus more on lower time frames to analyze, what could be the next move, right? Because higher time frame, I think you know already, hey, okay, yeah, this could be the low. It might not be the low. All right, let's focus on invalidation points and support and resistance levels to see if we are going to push to the upside, or are we going to break down, if we do lose these levels that are going to be mentioned right away. So let's focus on lower time frames. I'm not going to repeat myself with the 3 drives pattern. This does look extremely promising. This 3 drives pattern right over here does look very promising. If we were to move down, if we are coming down to that 1618, we are looking for the incredible bounce, guys, that could be happening in the next 1 to 2 weeks. That if we do come down to claim those lows. This pattern is crazy good. You would want to see one more peak to the downside, and I would be willing to get into an insane swing long position. That would be just another liquidity grab, okay? That is if we do get down there, guys, because price maybe is bottomed out and we're going to start rocketing. We're going to talk about the lower time frame scenarios right away. But it's pretty clear, guys. This is a nice, chilled, higher time frame plan that you can put in your, basically your trading setup plan book, all right? Saying, okay, I got this plan, potentially claiming the low. If we do get that swing failure pattern, right, failed auction, this would confirm a potential 3 drives pattern, this harmonic pattern based on Fibonacci. So that is one scenario that I'm looking at, of course. Let's focus on lower time frame, because it looks like that the price of Bitcoin is gaining some momentum. It's got a pretty nice bounce here. There is a bullish case scenario. Shall we go through the bullish case scenario now in the next coming minutes? I think so. Let's go for the bullish case scenario on the lower time frames, and that is what if this right over here is a double 1-2. We've created a 1 wave right there. This is a contracting diagonal, okay, in a wave 3. Well, basically inside of the wave 3, you're forming a 1-2 wave, right? And we are looking for that explosive breakout here to come to $63,000 range. You might think, oh my goodness, this is extremely confusing right now, because I thought we had the bearish case scenario of this being an ABC structure. Without a doubt, however, potentially you are going to form another high, right? And there is a lot of liquidity building up here at $59,500. When we take a look at the liquidity heat map and we look at the $59,800 range, we are having over $1 billion in short liquidations. This is obviously very concerning with this movement to the upside, because I think a lot of people would be willing to short the price of Bitcoin looking at this structure. You might think this is a bear flag. This is an ascending wedge structure, right? We're just going to top out at some point and start breaking down. However, what if the price does manage, and you need to be defensive here, we are hitting a local level of resistance. What if the price gets one more move to the upside, all right? And you might think, well, what can I count inside of this momentum? Without a doubt, there is a possibility of forming an ABCDE here, very complex corrective structure, where you're just forming, okay, 5 waves. claim those highs one more time, all right? Just purely based on the amount of liquidity that we're building up above 59,800, right? As you can see on the heat map, there's just, yeah, we're piling up a huge amount of liquidity, and there's even more liquidity to the upside. So it's not off the cards that maybe this is the scenario that is building up, right? Depending on that breakout, depending if we are going to be hitting the $62,000, without a doubt, that would be extremely bullish. Just by hitting this level, it would invalidate all of the bearish case scenarios on the higher time frame, because you're already overlapping this zone, all right? And I would be looking for a higher low, very likely to be created, okay, to get more momentum to the upside. So let's just focus. I don't want to go with too many scenarios. I want to focus on the lower time frame, and let's just stick with the scenario that we have been mentioning for the last couple of days, right? Which is that ABC, and looking for that double top scenario. Let me know if you guys managed to jump into a short position based on the analysis that we have been providing the last couple of days, which is basically this contracting diagonal that we have right over here, right? Forming those 5 waves here inside of this ascending wedge structure, and looking for that double top, right? Failed auction, swing failure pattern, whatever you want to call it, basically failing to break up here, realizing that, hey, this could be the end of this momentum, and we're going to get a steep corrective move from that swing failure pattern. Of course, this double top scenario was exactly when we had the CPI data coming out. We had the DXY dropping aggressively, and the stock market and Bitcoin pumping to that level. So there was a little bit of risk, because when we have these news events, we could just absolutely rock it, or it could be a pump and dump. In this case, it was a pump and a dump, just hitting that technical level, right? We also hit the 618 Fibonacci from this pivot high to the pivot low, right? We actually front run the 618 Fibonacci. Sorry, my bad. I thought I saw that the 618 was hit. So overall, it was a very, very technical level for that double top scenario to look for that movement to the downside. Now, as we've had this movement to the downside, you might think, okay, if this were to be the case, if we were to see this scenario, right, as an ABC structure, the price of Bitcoin should be topping out somewhere inside of this range. And I think it is acceptable to speculate into some local double tops right now. And the main reason why is because, hey, the volume is very low, right? We have decreasing volume. We have volume divergence here with the movement to the upside, right? You can see decreasing volume right there with this movement to the upside. And the possibility of forming impulsive waves down, all right? The volume to the downside is not too crazy. We've got to say that as well, right? The volume to the downside hasn't been too crazy as well. But if we take a look at this scenario, that there is a possibility in forming a wave 2 in this zone to then break down to claim those lows of today, right? Without a doubt, a scenario, if you are speculating in looking at this range to top out, okay, because the momentum is very bullish today. When we zoom in on the lower time frames, we do have quite significant bullish momentum, right? We're just in a very, very strong uptrend during today, since we have been breaking out from the previous day value levels. Let's just focus here on the 15-minute time frame, and let me share with you here the previous day levels. The value area low was broken today pretty nicely with the daily open, and we managed to successfully move to the upside, breaking the point of control. Not much of a reaction zone right there, and just coming up here to the previous day value area high. That is a classic move that happens a lot as well. When you break previous day value levels, you're likely going to come to the next previous day value level, right? So if you break previous day value area low, you have a high chance to reach previous day value area high in this case. So you always want to take that into consideration. Also, it is basically a trading strategy. You have it multiple times, right? You can see these previous day value levels, right? once the price of Bitcoin comes and breaks that previous day value area low, it shoots up to the previous day value area high, all right? On many cases, you will see that scenario happening. You have in this case, you have the previous day value levels not reaching, and then the next day you have the previous day value area high, previous day value area low. You break down the previous day value area low, boom, right, value area high, sorry, and you come down to the previous day value area low, right? Okay, it's a nice range for a strategy, and in this case, we broke previous day value area low. We're coming up here to the previous day value area high, right? If you are long in here, the breakout of the daily open, and you're getting above it, you can always long that momentum, stop loss here beneath the low, and look for the previous day value area high, giving you that really nice risk to reward. So overall, it is a strategy that you can note in your trading strategy book. So right now, the momentum is pretty strong, right? I would only consider, all right, is without a doubt, you want to follow the momentum. You do want to follow the trend. Trend is to the upside, as you can see here on the chart. And speculating on a reversal is extremely dangerous, right? This is only going to be taken if you do see those local double tops hitting here, the resistance zone, and looking for those rejections. Now, the main reason why this is a strong level of resistance, guys, there is this possibility of forming a wave 2 inside of this green box. Like I mentioned here with the technicals and the waves, you've broken down here since we formed that double top, right? Nice swing failure pattern here, getting the rejection move. And if we are going to get top out, it should be inside of this green box area. Now you might ask, why? Why do I think the price is going to top out? The momentum today is bullish. Shouldn't we continue to the upside? Well, like I explained in the previous video, there is that bearish case scenario. We'll talk about the bullish case scenario now in the next coming minutes. However, looking at the value area high of the entire range, right? You can take a look at this range more or less around about this area, okay? This is the value area high from this entire range that we formed during the last 10 days approximately, right? You can see that value area high is coming in at this zone where we just kind of slightly tapping at the moment. So you know that this zone is going to get a reaction and you could get a potential pullback. What is the best way to get into a short trade in an uptrend momentum when you're hitting very strong local resistance levels? It is also the previous day value area high. Let me get those levels on the chart that I have here from today. It's the previous day value area high. We're kind of front running it, okay? Not just about hitting it yet, but this is why. This is the moment where you want to see those, the price already losing that momentum. You're tapping this zone, you're probably going to hit it again, but overall you're failing to break above this level. When we take a look at Fibonacci and look at the peak high from yesterday to the peak low, this is where we have the golden pocket. Golden pocket, the most respected Fibonacci retracement. If you are speculating that this zone is going to be a lower high, and please note that the price could just blast off from this level, and I'm going to talk about the bullish case right away. If that were to be the case, that we're just blasting through above $59,500, which was the high from yesterday, we'll talk about the bullish case scenario right away. But this is the zone where you could top out in between the 618 and the 78 Fibonacci, right? Stopping out all of those early short positions, bang, boom, boom, you might get a double wick right there and then rolling down. If you do get this trade right, you are speculating, all right, on a potential third wave. So you don't need to risk a huge amount on those local double tops. You're potentially looking for a really nice risk to reward. If we do end up double topping here, the value area high, the previous day value area high, the value area high from this entire range of the last 10 days, we're going to start hitting some resistance levels, and the price of Bitcoin needs a lot of volume if it wants to break out successfully from this zone. If you're looking for this short position, right, and we end up wicking the highs and rejecting, and losing that momentum, Ideally, you would want to see that choppiness, right? Ideally, you would want to see that choppiness, hit the level 1-2 times, look for those double or even triple top scenarios. And this short position, without a doubt, you can manage risk much better, of course, with a stop loss above the wick, okay? You don't need to have crazy stop losses or big sums of money, right, inside of that trade. Only this, this is looking at local double tops, guys, because I am aware of, the price is gaining momentum to the upside today. We have bounced almost $1,500 approximately from the local lows of today. And what you need to consider is getting, if this is going to be a wave 2, right? If this is going to be a wave 2 right over there, without a doubt, you have big gains to be made. If you are going to start rolling down from this level, you know that these lows are going to be claimed, right? Would you double top bottom from here? Potentially, yes. If this low is hit, I would speculate that we are going to go to lower levels, speculating on that possible third wave. And the third wave target most commonly is that 1.618 extension, which is, coming all the way down to even these lows right over here. So the possibility of this trade is bringing you huge, massive gains. This is why you don't need to be crazy with risking 10% of your capital, just with small amounts, right, to 1 to 2%, looking for those internal double tops. And as it is coming into the weekend, I want to see this basically 618 to the 78. See the price action failing to break above this level on the lower time frames, right? You're already forming a little bit of choppy momentum here. However, this is classic, where you just claim the highs one more time, you claim the highs one more time, and you look for that local double or triple top scenario. You could retrace down, still continue the momentum, right? It's still good to look for scalp long opportunities, right? When you're forming a nice uptrend momentum on the lower time frames, you just want to get in at the corrective structure, right? Because the momentum is just, it's an uptrend, right? Every corrective move here locally is just getting a bounce to test the highs. So I wouldn't go too crazy to short this uptrend, right? I haven't got into any short trading scenarios in this uptrend, just realizing that we could go to the value area high, the previous day value area high. Now is the moment that I'm interested in looking at the price action, creating those double tops. This is the zone that I would be interested in. Why wouldn't I be interested in any short positions here? Why aren't any double tops here good for a short position? Well, because you're not hitting a higher time frame level of resistance. Right now, you're coming into that big high confluence level. Why? Because you got the previous day value area high. You have the 𝗖𝗿𝘆𝗽𝗫 Fibonacci. This is the zone where I want to see the double top scenarios, okay? This is where I want to see the highs being claimed and speculate on that short position. Obviously, if you are scalping as well, you want to follow the momentum. Every retracement here to the higher low support trend line locally, hey, it's a shot, right? You just put your stop loss beneath the last higher low, and you just follow the momentum and take profit at the highs, right? So overall, scalping, you want to follow the momentum without a doubt. You want to follow this uptrend and every single retracement, and your target zone is the highs, right? Because every time in an uptrend, you just hit the highs, and you just hit the highs again. So you got some nice little scalping scenarios here on this uptrend channel. However, on higher time frames, right, this could be a day trade to swing short position. This is why you want to see this range topping out, right? You want to see this area, right, getting that exhaustion, and that is the zone without a doubt that you want to speculate on that short. You've already got one hit at the 618 Fibonacci, which is the most respected retracement. When we do zoom in on the lower time frames, you did kind of form a quick little swing failure pattern, right? From the local highs, just hitting the 618. I mean, this is an aggressive short. This did drop, over $500 just about an hour ago. So shorting exactly into the pump, it's just not the greatest thing to do, guys. You don't want to short a major pump into you, but higher time frame, this is the big resistance zone, right? This is where Bitcoin is going to struggle to try and break through that level. Okay, so let's go through the higher time frame setups as well, right? What if this, none of this is relevant right now and the price is just going to break through here very aggressively? It's very hard to realize the bullish case scenario based on the waves, okay? Without a doubt, there is that, the only lower time frame bullish case scenario is forming that complex corrective structure in an ABCDE, which would be coming all the way up to claim those highs at $59,600, right? You're looking at this momentum here to the upside to claim those highs and then possibly reject from that double top created yesterday, creating a liquidity grab, right? And then getting the major drop, okay? So this is also a scenario that we want to take into consideration if you sweep up these highs, right? I would be willing to get into a swing short position, because if this were to be the high right there on that ABC scenario, right? ABCDE, you're not going crazy. This is a swing short position. You would be targeting all the way down to the lows, right? You get that swing failure pattern, liquidity grab, you enter as you reject, and you actually come in all the way down to this level. That would be the swing short position idea. So you don't need to go too crazy. This is not a scalp. This is not high leverage and aggressive amount of capital. This is just a small amount of your capital, potentially, 1%, give or take, and that could earn, 5% if you were to get those lows being hit in the next 1 to 2 weeks. So what would be the bullish case scenario, right? What would be another setup here if the price is just shooting through, right? If the price is just going to absolutely rocket from these highs, which I cannot read a bullish count, to be honest, if you ask me right now. If you ask me right now, what would be the bullish count? Without a doubt, I do see the possibility of a 1-2 and this being another 1-2 right there, okay? So you're basically speculating on another 1-2 scenario inside of the third wave. However, this wave 2 for me hasn't finished. And the main reason why is because we formed a one wave and now we're forming a second wave. So it would be very rare for the price, okay, to actually pump and successfully break out. I do see the scenario of sweeping yesterday's highs, but that would be that bearish case ABCDE, okay? I would be looking at this possible scenario. So even though this is a 1-2-1-2 and we're going to explode out here from this level, okay, if we do get another wave down here claiming the lows of today, and the level that I would be looking at to hold that has been mentioned in today's video update would be this area right over here. And I'm going to explain why in just a second, right? Let's get this green box out of the way. Basically, at that level, we do have naked point of control and a daily. And that is in confluence from that pivot low created from last Monday. If we were to see this bullish case scenario, and I would be very, very skeptical to actually get into a long position here if the price is going to start rolling down very aggressively. I would need to see magic price action here to believe that this is holding and that we are going to get a nice bounce from that level. Okay, the main reason why is because you have the bearish case, right? Wave 1, wave 2, boom, you could just very aggressively start getting some momentum here. So it's going to be very, very difficult to you might get an instant bounce from this zone without a doubt, okay? It's a strong level of confluence. If we are speculating on this wave 1-2 again, you want to see a reaction here at this zone. You got a daily level that hasn't been tapped. You got a naked point of control, which was basically from the price action from last Monday. That's when we get the session volume profile. We got a nice high volume node that is right there at $55,700. So, hey, the scenario here of creating a 1-2-3, or ABC, sorry, is without a doubt a scenario. I would be cautious just in case the price breaks down very aggressively with no reaction whatsoever. This is where I want to see a consolidation, just like the consolidation that we had today at the 50% Fibonacci from this pivot low to the pivot high. So we've got a nice consolidation at that level, holding very, very nicely. Then the price action is reversing. So you move down, you get the reaction, you're consolidating nicely at this level, and you get the pretty nice bounce that we had today. So if we were to move down to that zone of high confluence, I would want to see a nice reaction, okay? Then, without a doubt, we can speculate on that level holding and getting a much larger bounce. Either in the start of a massive impulsive move to the upside, or basically just a local bounce. You're going to start hitting some resistance, right? Support resistant flips, and then continue to the downside. So those are the levels. You have an untapped daily level, point of control right there, which is naked. And you know, that is the zone where I would speculate, okay, for a bounce in this 1-2-1-2 scenario, right? You're looking here for this area to maintain as support. And if you do get that reaction, then it would be a good sign for the price to get that reversal. I'm just going to take a look here. If we are going to top out in this, at this range, at the 61878 Fibonacci, the previous day value area high, that we are getting a little bit of a reaction at the moment. If we are going to top out here at this range, and we get the peak high here to the peak low, looking at the extension, yeah, I mean, it would be very, very shallow for a wave C hitting the 7-8 Fibonacci, right? So even though if this is a B and then you're forming the C wave, you're even looking at the 1-to-1 coming below that high confluence area, okay? So I would be very, very cautious on this level, right? Just say, okay, Andy talked about this level, it's going to hold, we're going to bounce. There's a lot of confluence without a doubt. It's a daily, it's a naked point of control. You have the 618 Fibonacci from this peak low, slightly above the level. The 7-8 is slightly below, as you can see. I would have to see a nice reaction here. You know, get that consolidation to speculate that we are going to get a pretty nice bounce, okay? But overall, it would not look too good if we're moving down very aggressively here in the next coming days, right? It is the weekend, so we're probably going to be ranging. We're probably not going to be forming big, massive moves, all right? So it is the weekend. It's potentially going to be quite boring. But those are the scenarios, guys, and the technical levels where I would consider some trading setups, all right? You got the trading setups noted. You got your alert set. There is the scenario of sweeping up these highs and coming back down just by forming still this corrective structure, right, in a wave. That is still a game plan. You could still very much fail to break above if you are going to move up. This zone is already great, okay? I like these local double tops. You're already hitting the previous day value area high. Those wicks are, you're consolidating. The momentum is getting lost. So you can already speculate on those local double triple tops for managing risk very, very well. Because if this is going to play out, you're not looking for some quick profits here. You would be looking for that roll down, okay, to sweep up the lows of today. So you've got a really nice, chilled short position, managing risk very, very well, not adding to position here or stop loss very far away. This is a zone where you need to be tight with your risk management just in case the price does break out, right? You don't want to fight the market. You don't want to fight the uptrend. So it will be, just managing risk very, very well accordingly, because if this trade plays out, you're making more than a 4-to-1 risk to reward, right? So yeah, overall, and it can end up in a swing short position. Let's go right away through the comment section, guys. If you do enjoy the education, the levels, the risk management, make sure to destroy the like button. If you're new to the channel, subscribe, guys. Do this every single day. Views a little bit low, likes a little bit low. Guys, if I don't see the love and the momentum, I'm going to quit. Because it just takes a lot of energy and power for me to provide all of this information, okay? So make sure to absolutely destroy the like button as you're in the stream, right? Let's go right away through the comment section. I want to know if the community is bullish. If you are bearish, what comes next for Bitcoin, right? What comes next for Bitcoin? Are you bullish for the next coming weeks for Bitcoin? We're going to go through some nice bullish news, guys. Incredibly bullish news. Apparently the German government has no Bitcoin left to sell. They have sold 47,000 Bitcoin already. They have 3,800 Bitcoin remaining. Every time we refresh this page, it's just going down and down. They only have 223 million and the price is actually pumping today. So overall, just a bunch of FUD, no major price impact, as we are seeing other players accumulating Bitcoin as well. So let's go and ask the community, are you bullish on Bitcoin for the next coming weeks? Let's go right away, start that poll. Are you bullish on Bitcoin for the next coming weeks, guys? Let me know right away if you are bullish or bearish. You can just say yes or no. Let's see if you do like the drum and bass that we do have on the background, guys. Not much of a drum and bass at the moment. Let's put that drum and bass. Let's go. Andy, I'm a new viewer here. This is really great education. Loving it and learning a lot from you. Elaine, absolutely wonderful. Thank you very much for that kind comment. 49K says 𝗖𝗿𝘆𝗽𝗁. 𝗖𝗿𝗆𝗍𝗍 is saying that we are potentially going down to $49,000, guys. What do you think about that? What do you think about that? Higher time frame scenarios going all the way down to $49,000. Look, without a doubt, if we are going to come down, that zone is where we have that high volume node. There is incredible support round about the $51,000 range, right? We've got that nice order block on the weekly, right? Nice consolidation with a high volume node. This would be in confluence if we are going to move down there, get that wick to form that three drives pattern to the downside, guys. It is a bullish pattern, all right? Anybody that is not aware of this three drives pattern, the target zone is coming all the way up to the first peak of the three drives, which is coming all the way up here to $63,000. That would be an epic long trade of about $10,000 if you swing failure pattern from the lows from last Friday. This is without a doubt a long setup that I am eyeing, okay? This is a harmonic pattern, guys. Anybody that is not aware of harmonics, they are very, very powerful. You do have the three drives, okay, which is very, very bullish, okay? It's a very bullish pattern, and without a doubt, it would just be another last liquidity grab. If that were to be the case, I don't see the price successfully breaking down unless we have a huge, devastating, bearish news, right? Recession or whatever. I don't see the price successfully breaking down below $50,000. Any movement to the downside is still likely going to be part of this corrective structure, and I do not see this as a double top, okay? So yeah, let's continue here. Let's see what the people believe here. Are you bullish or are you bearish? Let me know right away. I'm going to say I am bullish for the next coming weeks, and we do have 60% of the people that are bullish. 41% are saying no, I'm not bullish on Bitcoin. So we do have the fear and greed index at extreme fear at the moment. We're down at 25, okay? Long time no see. Bitcoin has been at neutral greed and extreme greed for many, many months. And now we're entering into the extreme fear, right? We have been at fear, so we are at extreme fear at the moment, which is making me feel quite bullish without a doubt, okay? Let's go right away, continue with the comment section. Like button destroyed. Thank you very much, my man. Much love to you. Let's go and continue. Keelan, thanks for the support. Let's go. 246 watching, only 76 likes. I know. I ain't gonna beg for likes. I don't know why people don't like the button. It's, what can I do? What can I do? Bullish till it turns bearish, says Steven. Very good point. Give the like button a tickle, says MK1. Thanks for the support. I am buying, says Arthur. Absolutely. I have been scooping up some altcoins, guys. Some very, very risky altcoins, but they're just at the lows, and they are getting a little bit of selling pressure, getting exhausted. Woo! It's time for some altcoin shopping, guys, without a doubt. We could see a devastating corrective move it's possible. I would be willing to DCA this corrective move, guys. The bearish momentum will end up at some point, and the best strategy for all of those investors as well, apart from traders, is scooping up on the corrective move, right? You don't want to miss out. You do not want to miss out on those potential gains from this bull run. 100 like, we already smashed the 100 like barrier. Absolutely phenomenal. Bro, market cap of Nvidia is at 3 billion. S&P 500 market cap is $45 trillion. 𝗕𝗵𝗴𝗴𝗫, absolutely yes. S&P 500, absolutely ripping. We got the dollar index that I want to talk about as well. That if we do look, yeah, S&P 500, new all-time high. You know what is the best strategy to make gains? Long every pullback that the S&P 500 does, because we're just smashing through all-time high every single week here, except here this price action that we did have in April got a little bit of a steeper pullback, but overall this is just hitting a new all-time high. We can see the dollar index as well, which is at the level of support that I want it to break. If we lose this level, guys, that has been respected as resistance and also as support during the last few months, if we break this level, it's going to be looking incredibly good for the dollar index to actually go to the value area low, right? Well, we will be testing that level in the next coming weeks and months. And without a doubt, always a bearish dollar index is good for the stock market and also for crypto, guys. We know that, especially Bitcoin, right? So looking good on the dollar index. We're just testing that level. We could consolidate here and bounce back up during next week. However, if this level is lost, without a doubt, it's going to be looking pretty damn good for stocks and cryptocurrency. Not Litecoin. Yeah, alts are tired. Alts are absolutely getting destroyed, guys. I have portfolio. My altcoin portfolio is not looking too great. It's not looking too great from the accumulation that has happened during the last few weeks. It's still by the dip and it keeps dipping. But hey, this is what happens with altcoins. You buy the dip and it keeps dipping. Well, you continue to buy the dip till you get absolutely wrecked, right? No, only joking. Till you actually get that recovery. You want to buy some solid, good projects as well, guys. There's so many different cryptos, and 99%, is basically BS. There's only good, solid ones, and one of my favorite solid projects, as you know, is Chainlink, and without a doubt, I am looking at a nice risk to reward in between a 5 and a 10x in the near future, right? Give or take 1, maybe 2 years, maybe 3-4 years, right, in the next cycle. But fundamentally, it is an incredible, strong project. Andy might have 1,000 Bitcoin. You know what? I do not have 1,000 Bitcoin, okay? I haven't got 1,000 Bitcoin. But I do have more than, let's keep it at more than 1, right? Don't want to get people too excited. But yeah, I wish I had 1,000 Bitcoin. I don't have that many. Let's go. Looks like a new downtrend on the 4-hourly time frame. Looks like a new downtrend. This is also a chart that I want to take a look at, guys. I want to explain to you why altcoins will explode. I know a lot of people, they just don't believe it. Bear market for Bitcoin. This is the top. Altcoins absolutely destroyed. Some of them very near the lows from 2023 and 2022. Some of them even tapping those lows, right? Questioning, hey, are altcoins dead? Will altcoins manage to recover? Just need to take a look at this chart right over here. This is in an uptrend. This is the Bitcoin dominance. This is when we had the altcoin season back in 2021, starting from January of 2021 all the way till May, even June, okay, of 2021. So you had a nice altcoin season for a few months. And that is when the Bitcoin dominance had a devastating collapse from that uptrend that was created in between 2018 and 2021. So it was a nice uptrend for 3 years. This is what is happening right now also for Bitcoin. You got a couple of years right now of a nice momentum, but this momentum is getting exhausted. This will not successfully continue to the upside. You will not see this happening on the Bitcoin dominance, and this will likely top out here, reaching max levels of 60%, right? If we are going to continue this momentum to the upside in the next coming weeks. But overall, in the next coming months, would be expecting a huge, massive altcoin season, guys. And this is why we should be positioned on many altcoins, especially the good projects, right? You can have 3 or 4 or 5 really speculative low cap altcoins to see if you are going to hit the jackpot, right? So without a doubt, you want to also have some of those good projects with low market cap. What's up, legends? Dumpy Boot Boy, how are you doing, my man? Seb, thanks for joining the stream, my brother. Let's go. I'm sure 1,000 Ethereum. Yep. I do have quite a bit of Ethereum. I gotta be honest. Right, let's go. The only solid meme coin is 𝗕𝗶𝗆𝗽𝗫, right? I don't want to say the name, but yeah, it's basically 𝗕𝗶𝗆𝗽𝗫. The only solid meme coin, 𝗕𝗶𝗆𝗽. This is on the Avalanche blockchain. Avalanche, without a doubt, great levels of accumulation on Avalanche as well. Avalanche is one of those blockchain projects that, with high probability, I see it hitting all-time high, guys. Giving a bit of hope, giving a little bit of hope to the community. But yeah, let's take a look at a chart here where we do see Avalanche, right? Devastating collapse right now. Without a doubt, for me, this is already accumulation zone, right? This pullback, whether it goes to $20 or $15, accumulation zone should be started already on Avalanche. And you do have a potential of making a 5 to 10x, because this is one of the altcoin blockchain projects that has a high chance in hitting all-time high, right? Such as Ethereum, such as Solana, such as Polkadot. These good L1 projects, guys, if you want to risk it for the biscuit, you want to get into these solid blockchain projects, and Avalanche is without a doubt one of them. Let's go. Continue. Can you take a look at Gala? Well, we can take a look at some altcoins. Gala is a great gaming project. It also got into this devastating corrective move, right? Without a doubt. Oh my goodness. It's back down at the 2 cents. Who would have said? Who would have said here on Avalanche, on Gala Games, that it's getting this huge, gigantic pullback? This is going to, you know what it's going to happen? It's going to start ranging in the next coming days and weeks. You're going to start forming a selling pressure exhaustion here, with something very similar to what happened here in 2023. You are continuing this downtrend. However, it's nothing got to do with this downtrend or with this movement down or with this movement down. You're going to start seeing that selling pressure getting exhausted, and it's just great for accumulating, right? You don't know where the bottom is going to be exactly. You're going to start ranging, and the best thing is to DCA very aggressively. So yeah, without a doubt, it's very difficult now with the technical analysis, as it's just continuing to get that momentum. We're just basically tapping this low, and for me, this is already an acceptable either swing long position, because if this were to be the low, you would be expecting a bounce. You're just claiming that higher low created here in February, and you're just hitting that zone very nicely. Yeah, this, without a doubt, could be the bottom zone, at least for a short-term bounce. All right, so I would be looking for that, local double bottoms. It's a great DCAing zone. Okay, not looking at trading setups on altcoins, but for DCAing, this is a great zone. Gala, without a doubt, this is just already great for DCA. You will see that exhaustion momentum. You could continue the downtrend, but it's going to start forming a little bit of a wedgie structure here, not successfully moving much lower than the 1.5 cent level, and it's just going to start consolidating, guys. And that is the moment where I will be jumping in on a lot of the altcoins. I like the ranges, just like Chainlink. For Chainlink, my biggest accumulation range for Chainlink was this one right over here, right? We had this massive accumulation area, and I was just buying and buying and buying and buying, okay, every single week on Chainlink, okay, because we had a massive recovery, which was very much expected. So yeah, Avalanche, Gala looking very good for reaccumulating. It is a very strong, solid gaming project. Cockinu is actually funny though. No other meme coins is that funny. Well, you do have 𝗕𝗏𝗽𝗽 as well, right? You do have another one which is 𝗕𝗏𝗽𝗽, which you know, started off with a meme coin. I think it is. I remember this one from the previous cycle. But yeah, 𝗕𝗏𝗽𝗽. Yeah, you could arguably discuss that is a funny name as well for a cryptocurrency. Let's go. Can you take a look at 𝗬𝗏𝗽𝗃? 𝗬𝗏𝗃. Also, it's on my list of accumulation. I haven't got any 𝗬𝗏𝗃, but this is a payment system cryptocurrency, and it already looks pretty good for DCAing, guys. It is a solid project. I can tell you that. It is in my list of altcoins. However, I can't accumulate. I already have over 20 altcoins. Yeah, around about 23 altcoins. I need to count how many altcoins I have. And I don't want to be the guy that has 100 altcoins in my portfolio, right? It's just going to buy the solid ones. And I have a list of 20, 30 altcoins that I have done my research and I really like them if I were to add any. And 𝗬𝗏𝗃 is one of them. When you take a look at 𝗬𝗏𝗃, yeah, without a doubt, guys, you know, you have the classic breakout from the bear market and the devastating disbelief corrective move that looks like it is dead. I can give you the clearest example, and this can get boring, guys. This could continue the downtrend for the next coming weeks and months till it actually gets a recovery, okay? Gets the breakout of the bull run. And the best chart that I can show you an example is ADA, guys. Check out this. Check out ADA. When we go to the previous cycle, we had a huge, massive pump after the bear market, and we had a devastating corrective move for many months, all right, till it actually got the, you know, inside of the bull run. So yeah, a lot of people speculating that this was the start of the bull run. Negative. We entered here even into a 12-18 month corrective structure, sideways momentum till the actual bull run started. So without a doubt, we could be in this range, and we're going to see several more months, all right, of the price going sideways and to the downside. Okay, so ADA is actually getting a pretty nice bounce today. It is moving pretty nicely. You know, would already consider ADA not. I don't like ADA personally, but I know it's going to do well anyway. Okay, it's a working ecosystem, and it is gonna do well, and it is going to bring gains to the investors. With this devastating corrective move, you know, it's without a doubt a great buying zone already where it is at the moment for the future. So ADA best example, yes sir, it is. Tell me about CAS. CAS just gone through the roof. It's basically at the highs. So there's really not much to say about CAS. It is the main reason why you're getting this selling pressure that we mentioned on the streams is, hey, this one has already had its kind of bull run, right? I would not want to buy CAS at these levels. Okay, you have massive selling pressure at the highs, and you can see that. I would even be willing to short CAS at these highs, because you can clearly see that this has been in a major uptrend for the last couple of years. It's had its own cryptocurrency cycle, right? And there's a lot of people in profits, right? There's a lot of people in profits, and they are willing to sell here at the highs. This is why you're getting these wicks, right? You're getting those wicks here. A lot of people have sell orders, right? A lot of people are wanting to sell here their investments. So this is why it's struggling very much to break out that resistance, because all of the people are in profits that have been buying CAS for the last few months and even a few years. CAS is always at its highs, keeps going. Yeah, without a doubt. But if you ask me if I wanted to buy a cryptocurrency, this one I would not be interested. I mean, this could do another 5x in the next coming months, but I just wouldn't want to buy this one with the massive uptrend that it's had already, right? I want to get into to those that are getting bleeded and that have good fundamentals, and they're likely going to get a massive run here in the next coming months and years. Phantom as well, Celestia, great projects. These are great, guys. Of course, that's what I like, guys. Good projects. Phantom, yeah, without a doubt, Phantom is an all-time high cryptocurrency. If there are some altcoin projects that have high chance for all-time high, it's these solid ones that have their ecosystem, right? Running ecosystem. These are likely to grow in the future, right? So Phantom, without a doubt, already in great DCA zones, all right, with this pullback. It's still quite aggressive because this pullback has just happened during the last, couple of months, even couple of weeks. And you want to see the price ranging a little bit, forming that descending wedge, selling pressure, exhaustion, right? Where that is a great buying zone, right? That is what you will really want to see forming, because if Bitcoin does get that breakdown and goes to below $50,000, you're going to see the altcoins dropping as well. But for DCAing, I would say that, yeah, this zone is already good for DCAing, whether you buy at 45 cents, at 35 cents, right, or even 25 cents. You're likely going to have a little bit of a drawdown for a few months. However, you're never going to spot the exact bottom to buy them. So it's also already good at DCAing levels here. But I would consider that we are going to form a range here, and we are going to go sideways. And that is the moment I would say, let's dive in. I'm buying this crypto. I'm buying this. I'm buying that. Once we form that nice sideways momentum. Talisa Garcia, hey from Spain. ¿Cómo estás? Spain in the finals with England. I don't mind who wins, because I'm with both teams. I'm half English, half Spanish. Hey, I'm Spanish actually. I was born in Spain. But yeah, if Spain, I think they do have a high chance. I think Spain's gonna win the Euro Cup. Right, I applied for the Bitcoin sensors. No reply just yet. Keep pushing, because you will get a reply at least. All right. Need to know about Polygon. Wow, Polygon-matic. What shall we know about Polygon? Without a doubt, strong L2. Wow, this got devastating. We lost this uptrend momentum, and it's just wow. Absolutely wow. Just testing the lows here from October of 2023. Yeah, we're already getting some buying pressure at those lows. As you can see, the lows here from 2023 is not breaking down successfully just yet. All right, so you are getting some buying pressure. Like I said, hey, I wouldn't be in a rush here. I would want to see the price, recovering and going sideways here. That is the moment that you're potentially bottoming out here, especially after this huge corrective structure. Polygon L1, L2 solution for the Ethereum network. Without a doubt, it's going to do well in the bull run. Buy Polygon solid. Yeah, Polygon is the #1 L2 project, and for the Ethereum network, without a doubt, it's a functional L2, and it's going to do very, very well. It will recover from this devastating collapse. Celestia. There was a lot of hype on Celestia across all social media during the last few months. Now, Celestia has been not long, right? It was not here on the previous bull run. So I like these cryptocurrencies that have been created inside of the bear market beginning stages of the bull run. I don't like the cryptos that have been created when everything's, gone through the roof. But this one, as it has been created in 2023, you only have a nice wave one to the upside, and now you're seeing that devastating corrective structure. Celestia still in a very aggressive downtrend. Without a doubt, I would want to see this one bottom out. I would want to see this one go sideways for the next coming weeks. But overall, since its creation, you can already see here this big, the 0.88 Fibonacci almost being hit there, getting the bounce. It's like the ultimate low zone for reaccumulating. So yeah, without a doubt, 𝗖𝗍, solid project as well. It's just got a devastating collapse. Imagine buying 𝗖𝗍 when a lot of people in all of the social media was talking about it. I don't like talking about altcoins when we're getting these aggressive pumps like this, because whoever has been buying 𝗖𝗍 here at the $15, $18 range, right, just a couple of months ago, is very underwater at the moment. You know, if you want to consider buying any of this crypto, you want to do it at this range. I would remain a little bit patient, guys, because we have a lot of uncertainty, not only with the economy, US economy, but would remain a little bit patient to see the exhaustion, right, slowing down in the next coming weeks to recognize that reaccumulation stage, right? You need to recognize that reaccumulation stage, just like we recognized very nicely the reaccumulation. I mean, Chainlink is just such an easy chart, okay, to recognize where we at in this cycle. And this green box here is, you know the deal, it's the buying zone. This is the buying zone for Chainlink. Chainlink, very likely, that is going to bottom out here in between the $8 and $12 range, okay? And this is great zone for accumulation. So yeah, 𝗖𝗍 would be a little bit, you know, a little bit calm to get into some reaccumulating that cryptocurrency. Yeah, as Kevin is saying here, that altcoins are at the bear market lows, right? Altcoins, a lot of the altcoins are at the bear market lows. Chainlink being a much more boring on the chart, right? Chainlink's price action is very, very boring, but it's a very, very solid cryptocurrency. And this is why we are very far away from the lows, right, of 2023. I don't think that Chainlink will manage to reach those lows. So I'm already, speculating on this to bottom out here in between the $8, $12 range in the next coming week. So Chainlink already had a great buy zone. But the main reason why Chainlink hasn't got a devastating collapse down to the lows like many other altcoins is because it is a strong, solid project, okay? And it is going to do very, very well in the future. So this is why the altcoins, guys, if you want to speculate on those altcoins looking for 5, 10, 20x's, you want to look for those really good, solid projects. When 𝗖𝗍 is getting out of prison, money, we got bull run, right, for altcoins. Right, let's go right away and continue with some interesting news, guys. Let's take a look at Bitcoin right away. Bitcoin right now just struggling at this level of resistance, okay? Want to be cautious, guys. Anybody that is extremely bullish at this level, you need to understand that we are hitting a very strong technical level of resistance, right? Which is the previous day value area high. It is the value area high from this range that we formed during the last 10 days approximately. You want to stay cautious as there is a possibility of creating a lower high at this range. We're going to unsuccessfully break out from this level. If we do create several attempts in breaking and fails, guys, watch out for that breakdown to claim the lows from today. Let's take a look at some good news. Of course, we do have the German government that has already sold most of their Bitcoin. They only have 3,846 Bitcoin left. Let's refresh this page right away. Are they going to hold this Bitcoin? They've sold $47,000, $46,000 to $47,000. Sorry, it's $46,000 to $47,000 Bitcoin in the last 1 to 2 weeks. So they've all, overall gotten rid of their Bitcoin, which I think was not a smart move for the next coming years, right? As we do know where the price of Bitcoin is going. US Bitcoin ETF had a 79 million inflow. Okay, so yeah, we've had really nice inflows during the last few days with this corrective move. So overall, ETFs accumulating in the US, that is good, without a doubt. Okay, we are seeing the ETF inflows going up. Since May of 2021, the number of people willing to sell BTC has rapidly decreased. This is without a doubt really interesting. Okay, the average number of addresses sending coins for sale daily fell from 234,000 to 22,000. So it would be very weird to believe that we are at the top right now, as we have decreased, okay, the amount of deposits on exchanges, right, to sell Bitcoin, which did happen a lot in 2021 when we were hitting $50,000, $60,000. So that is a clear sign that we could be at the top, right? However, this is not the case. Why aren't people selling their Bitcoin, apart from the German government, right? At these levels, we do not see those deposits. We actually seen the Bitcoin on exchanges decreasing still. All right. So definitely something. This is pure data, guys. We cannot make this up. So yeah, this is obviously a bullish sign. All right. This is a bullish sign. This means that the top is not in yet for the price of Bitcoin. Does it mean that we can not correct down to below $50,000? No, of course we can. But overall, getting, nowhere close to the top, in my opinion, just purely based as there's no selling interest at the moment. Also, we have Mr. 100. We talked about this also yesterday. That is accumulating 100 Bitcoin at a time, and he's been accumulating like crazy. We do not know who this is, but he's been buying 100 Bitcoin today, 100 Bitcoin tomorrow, and also very aggressively on the 10th and 11th, right? Accumulating over 700 Bitcoin in a matter of 48 hours. And he's been doing this for weeks and weeks and weeks. So I don't know. It is probably a government, or I don't know, but it's accumulating Bitcoin very aggressively. El Salvador Bitcoin holdings officially surpassed those of Germany, so they currently have over 5,800 Bitcoin. They are just accumulating and accumulating Bitcoin, which is very interesting to see. Of course, El Salvador being the first country to make Bitcoin legal tender. That is great to see. And this is extremely interesting to see as well, guys, where we do have the, shout out to 𝗬𝗏𝗽𝗏 here, talking about Bitcoin is up 356% since the cycle lows. And you can check this for yourself, right? When we do take back the previous cycles, all right, we can see how from the low to the date where we at currently, right? So you're counting round about 2.5 years approximately from the lows. There, we up 300 and something percent, right, from the lows to the current day after the halving, which is very, very curious to see. We are exactly up also 350%, very similar to the previous cycle, as he is noting right over here on the previous last two cycles from the bottom to the date where we at right now. It's up 351%, okay, very similar to the previous cycle. So are we following the 4-year cycle? Well, by the looks of things of the percentage gains from the previous cycles, from the bottom to where we at now, we are following it to the T, guys, meaning that we do still have a lot of more uptrend in the next coming months. Legends, that is going to be it. The technical analysis has been provided at the beginning of the video. Thank you very much for joining the stream. Destroy the like button if you enjoy the updates and the educational content, and I will see you in the next one.